So I hope I'm audible and good days to all of fundamental grammar students wherever you are. So in this session, we are going to talk about nouns and their rules, how to use them. So bear with me for a little while because there are so many rules related to the use of nouns in the sentence. So before we deep dive into the rules of the nouns, we are going to see what is meant by a noun. What is a noun? A noun basically refers to a person, animal, or thing. The words that refers to a person, animal, or thing. For example, boy, girl, man, woman, teacher, mother, student, president, John, Maria, and Lennon are nouns referring to people. The other examples like book, computer, picture, tree, bird, dog, Manchester, idea, love, name, place are nouns referring to animals or things. Those are the examples of nouns. But uh, as we can see, different from the verbs that describe activity, uh, noun can occupy uh, several positions in the sentence depending on their use in the sentence. So, what are those positions in the sentence that a noun can occupy? Let's see. Now, I would you I want you to look at these two sentences. The woman in the picture is my mother. Her name is Anna. She's from Manchester. So the words, the highlighted words, yeah, like woman, picture, mother, name, Anna, and Manchester, are nouns used in a sentence. So, what are the differences between those nouns and what positions do they occupy in the sentence? Let's see the first sentence. The first noun that we can find from the first sentence is woman. So, woman occupies the position of the subject of the sentence because this whole sentence is talking about the woman. This whole sentence is discussing about the woman. That's why we can safely say that woman here in the sentence occupies the position of the subject of the sentence. What about the word picture? Picture, the word picture is the object of preposition because the word picture comes immediately after the preposition in. Yeah. In what? In the picture. That's why we call it the object of preposition. And the last noun in the sentence is mother. And mother here occupies the position of subject complement. Why is that? Because the word mother gives more information about the subject, woman. Who is that woman? The woman is my mother. Yeah. So mother gives more information about the subject woman. That's why we call it subject complement in this sentence. What about the second sentence? The first noun that we can find is name. So like woman, yeah, name occupies the position of subject because the whole sentence, her name is Anna, is talking about or discussing the word name. So what about the word Anna? Anna, yeah, gives more information about the word name. Yeah, like in her name is Anna. So Anna gives more information to the word name. That's why it is the subject complement. It complement the subject name. Yeah? It gives more information to the subject name. That's why it is subject complement. What about the word Manchester in the last sentence? She's from Manchester. If we take a look at the word Manchester, it comes after the preposition in. From where? From Manchester. That's why we call it the object of preposition. Of course, those are not all the positions that can be occupied by a noun. There are other positions that can be occupied by a noun in a sentence. So, what other positions in a sentence can a noun occupy? You can look it up uh, in your browser. Yeah, with the help of your browser, look it up on the internet, and you can enrich your knowledge regarding the positions in a sentence that a noun can occupy. Now we are going to talk about common and proper nouns. First, common nouns. Most nouns that we know are common nouns, referring to classes, categories of people, animals, and things. For example, people like boy, woman, teacher, doctor, baby. Places like city, park, school, market, country, restaurant. Things like chair, book, car, water bottle, fork, house. Animals, dog, fish, bird, lion, tiger, cat. Ideas like love, peace, happiness, justice, pride, and time. Those are the examples, the instances of common nouns. What about proper noun? So, different from common nouns, proper nouns are the names of specific people, animals, and things. Yeah. The keyword is specific. If it is specific, names of people, animals, and things, so we can safely say that they are proper nouns. For example, we have John, Maria, Bob Smith, yeah, to name the specific person, to refer to the specific person, or titles like President Jefferson, Dr. Smith, to refer to specific people. Yeah, we have Cape Town, China, Mount Everest to refer to specific geographical locations. And we have South America to refer to a specific region. And there are also Coca-Cola, Kleenex, the Titanic, Prop 17 to revert to specific things or brands. There are also NASA, Emirate Airlines to refer to specific organizations or companies. Yeah. The titles of creative works can also be considered as proper noun, like the title of a book, Much Ado About Nothing, or the title of a song like Human Nature, or the title of a film like The Producers. The name of the day or the name of the month can also be considered as a proper noun, like Monday, January, or May. Now, let's talk about concrete and abstract nouns. Concrete nouns refer to material objects that we can see or touch. If you can see it if you can touch it, they are concrete nouns. Different from concrete nouns, abstract nouns refer to things that are not material objects, such as ideas, feelings, and situation. You cannot touch, you cannot see them. Now I have several instances or several examples of nouns like book, computer, picture, tree, bird, dog, Manchester, idea, love, name, and place. So can you label these nouns concrete or abstract? So we can agree that book, computer, picture, tree, bird, dog are the examples or instances of nouns that are concrete because we can see them, we can touch them. Um, like also the idea and love. We can agree that the idea and love are abstract nouns because we cannot see idea, we cannot see love, we cannot touch idea, we cannot touch love. But what about the words Manchester? Can you see Manchester? Can you touch Manchester? Yeah. Can you decide whether Manchester is concrete or abstract noun? I would love to hear from you in the class later. Now, let's talk about gerunds. So in the last session, we have talked about gerunds. Yeah, it is the ing form of a verb that can act as nouns in a sentence. Like, for example, the word smoking. Yeah, it comes from the verb smoke. But in this sentence, smoking is forbidden for all flights. Smoking occupies the position of subject in the sentence because this sentence is talking about smoking activity. Yeah, smoking is forbidden for all flights. So we can safely say that gerunds, the ing form of a verb, can also act as nouns in a sentence. If they act as nouns, yeah, they are nouns. They are considered nouns. What about the second sentence? The city council does its economic planning every September. Can you tell why planning is also a gerund that can act as a noun? Why and how planning act as a noun in the sentence? Okay, you can discuss it with your friend, yeah, and we can discuss it furthermore in the class later. Now let's talk about singular and plural nouns. So in terms of singular and plural, we have regular form of singular and plural nouns. Most singular nouns form the plural by adding the suffix s or es at the end of the noun. For example, the word boat, in order to be plural, we just add the suffix s at the end of it, like boats. It applies also with to the word house. House become houses, cat become cats, river become rivers. The other example, yeah, a singular noun ending in us, x, z, ch, and sh makes the plural by adding the suffix es. For example, bus becomes buses, wish become wishes, pitch become pitches, box become boxes. A singular noun ending in the consonant y makes the plural by dropping the y and adding the suffix ies. Yeah, for example, penny. It drops the Y at the end of it. A Y is dropped and it is replaced by IE and S. It becomes pennies. Spy becomes spies. Baby become babies. City becomes cities. Daisy become daisies. So we drop the I and we replace it with IE and S. So those are the instances of the regular form of plural nouns. Now we are going to talk about the irregular nouns. Yeah, the kind of nouns that have a irregular form of plural, like the word child. Yeah, in the plural form, it becomes children, not childs, but children. Food becomes feet, goose becomes geese, man becomes man, mouse, mice, person, people, tooth, teeth, woman, women. So they are irregular. No specific rules that govern the way they take the form of the plural. So it's kind of random, but I think they have their own histories, but we are not going to talk about their histories here. So there are also nouns that are both singular and plural. Yeah, like the word bison. In the plural, we also say bison, or we also write bison. Deer stays the same. Deer. Elk, elk. Fish, fish. Sheep, sheep. They don't change their form in the plural form. They have the same form in their plural. Now we have compound nouns. Yeah. Some nouns are the results of compounding several words, like mother-in-law. In order to make this word, this compound word, plural, we add the suffix s at the end of the first word. Mother-in-law becomes mothers-in-law. Return on investment becomes returns on investment. Passerby becomes passers-by. But this rule doesn't apply to certain compound nouns like toothbrush. Yeah. We don't add es or s at the end of the first word, but instead we add the suffix s or es at the end of the compound nouns, like toothbrush becomes toothbrushes, wage earner become wage earners, apartment building becomes apartment buildings. So I know they are very tricky. So uh, fortunately, dictionaries list the plurals for the trickiest compound nouns. So when in doubt, please look it up in your dictionaries. Okay, so we cannot just pretend to know how to make some compound noun become plural. Yeah, just by adding s or es in the beginning of the compound nouns. They can also be at the end of the compound noun. So it is very tricky, I know. And when in doubt, please look it up in your dictionary. There are also nouns used only in the singular, even though they end in suffix s or es, like the word classics, economics, mathematics, linguistics, sociolinguistics. Yeah. physics, gymnastics, aerobics, measles, or mumps, and news. Those are the instances of nouns used only in singular, even though they end in s. Like, for example, the word mathematics, maths, is used as singular in the sentence. Maths was never my best subject at school. We do not say maths were never my best subject at school, but we say math was never my best subject at school because we treat this word as singular. Aerobics is also treated as singular. That's why in the sentence, aerobics is followed by the singular be, is. Yeah, aerobics is great fun, but you should try it, not try them. Yeah, you should try it, singular. There are also nouns used only in plural. Yeah, like certain tools, instruments, articles of clothing that have two parts, like binoculars, glasses, like this. It has, they have two parts. Yeah, the left side and the right side. So we consider this noun, this piece of thing, as plural. Yeah, glasses, headphones, scissors, sunglasses, and tweezers. The other examples are jeans, knickers, pants, pajamas, shorts, tights, and trousers. Those are the nouns used only in plural. Other nouns which are always plural in form are belongings, outskirts, clothes, premises, congratulations, savings, earnings, stairs, goods, surroundings, likes, dislikes, and thanks. Yeah. So when you use these nouns in the sentence, use them in their plural form. Yeah. Because they are not used in their singular form. Yeah. Only in their plural forms. Yeah. I hope you can use those nouns in a sentence properly. Yeah. You can start by using them daily in your practice. Yeah. English practice. Now, let's talk about collective nouns. Collective nouns or group words, yeah, are some nouns that refer to groups of people like audience, committee, government, team. These are sometimes called collective nouns. Some collective nouns can take a singular or plural verb, depending on whether they are considered as a single unit or as a collection of individuals. Yeah. The examples of collective nouns are audience, crew, public, committee, enemy, team, company, government, Manchester United. Yeah, several of them, but you can search them up on the internet. Yeah, for more examples. Yeah. So sometimes they are considered as a single unit. Sometimes they are considered as a collection of people. Yeah. So you can use the audience with singular verb or plural verb, depending on whether you consider it as a single unit or as a collection of people. Yeah. Like in these sentences. Yeah. Like the audience was larger than average and the concert was a success. Or you can use it like this. The audience were all cheering wildly. Yeah. You can also use the word government with singular verb or plural verb. This applies to the word, the compound word Manchester United is a football club, yeah, soccer club. Manchester United is the world's most famous football club, yeah. Or you can use it like this: Manchester United are looking forward to meeting Valencia in the final next week. So in general, plural verb is more common with these nouns in informal situation. So whenever you are in the informal situations, plural verb is more common to be used with these nouns. Huh? Like this. Now let's talk about whether nouns can be counted or not. Countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns. Yeah. Some nouns refer to things which in English are treated as separate items which can be counted. These are called countable nouns. And the examples are like car. Yeah, a car, three cars. Yeah, in their plural. My cousin, my two cousins. A book, a box of full of books. A city, several big cities. Yeah. Countable nouns can be singular or plural. Yeah. They can be used with a or an and with numbers and many other determiners like these, a few, etc. So, like for example, she's got two sisters and a younger brother. Most people buy things like cameras and MP3 players online these days. These shoes look old now. I'll take a few magazines with me for the flight. So we can use countable noun with the determiner a or an, or with numbers, or other determinants like these or a few, and so on and so forth. Uncountable noun, on the other hand, in English grammar, are seen as a whole or mass. These are called uncountable because they cannot be separated or they cannot be counted. Some examples are like the ideas or experiences, like advice, information, progress, news, luck, fun, work. Yeah, they cannot be treated as separated. They are only treated as a whole or a mass. That's why they are uncountable. They cannot be counted. Another examples like water, rice, cement, gold, milk. We cannot count them. Some other words like weather, thunder, lightning, rain, snow. We cannot say one snow, two rains. Yeah, we cannot say that. Names for groups or collection of things like furniture, equipment, rubbish, or luggage. Other common uncountable nouns include accommodation, baggage, homework, knowledge, money, permission, research, yeah, traffic, or travel. These nouns are not used with the determiner or an, or you cannot use them with numbers and are not used in the plural. Yeah, because they cannot be counted, they only take one form. Yeah, like this. And usually they are treated as singular, usually. Yeah. Yeah, because they are not used in the plural. They are treated as singular. Examples. We are going to get new furniture for the living room. We cannot say, yeah, we are going to get a new furniture for the living room. Or we cannot say we are going to get new furnitures for the living room. We cannot say that. We can only say we are going to get new furniture for the living rooms. Yeah. We can say we had terrible weather last week. We cannot say a terrible weather. No. We can say we need rice next time we go shopping. Yeah. We cannot say we need a rice or we need rices. No. We need rice next time we go shopping. Some nouns always have plural form, but they are uncountable because we cannot use numbers with them, like trousers. Yeah. I bought 2 pairs of trousers. Yeah. But we cannot say, I bought 2 trousers. No, we cannot say that. We can always say two if they have units. Yeah. Like pairs, like this. Bought 2 pairs of trousers. Yeah. But we can immediately use numbers with these nouns. Other nouns in this type are like shorts, pants, pajamas, glasses for the eyes, like this, binoculars, and scissors. Warning, some nouns which are uncountable in English are countable in other languages, such as accommodation, advice, furniture, or information, but they are uncountable in English. Yeah. So you can say they can give you some information about accommodation at the tourist office. Yeah. But you cannot say they can give you some informations about accommodations at the tourist office. Yeah. You cannot say that. Yeah. Even though you use some, yeah, but the form stays the same. Yeah. You can say, can you give me some advice about buying a second hand car? But you cannot say, can you give me some advices? No, you cannot say that. Okay. But there are uncountable nouns used countably. Yeah. Sometimes uncountable nouns are used countably to mean a measure of something or a type or example of something. Yeah. Like in the sentence, can I have 2 teas and 1 coffee, please? It means 2 cups of tea and 1 cup of coffee. Yeah. Or how many sugars do you want in your tea? How many spoonfuls or lumps of sugars? It means just one, please. Yeah. Or you can say to some degree, we tend to eat the foods that we ate as children. Normally, food is uncountable, but if we are talking about types of food, yeah, we can make it plural. Yeah, foods, it is okay. Huh? Now, we are going to talk about how to form nouns from other words. Forming nouns from other words, yeah, we can use other parts of speech, most commonly from verb, like gerund. Yeah, we can form a noun from the verb by adding ing suffix at the end of the noun, at the end of the verb, and it acts as a noun in the sentence. Yeah. or adjective. Yeah. And this process is called nominalization. Nominalization. To form nouns from other parts of speech is called nominalization. Like the verb excite, yeah. If we add the suffix ment, it becomes excitement, yeah. And it is now a noun, yeah. Like the verb grow becomes a noun by adding the th, yeah, ending, yeah, at the end of the word. It becomes growth, noun. Invade, to invasion, yeah. Fly, to flight. Industrial, an adjective, yeah. We add isation, it becomes industrialization, yeah. White, the adjective, it become with, yeah. And these are other examples of uh, the nouns that are from other parts of speech, although not all of them are the results of the nominalization process. Yeah. Rather, some of them are the nouns that are already exist in English. Yeah. Can you guess which ones? Yeah. Like, for example, attitude. Attitude is not from the other part of speech. Yeah. Attitude is a noun from the very beginning. Yeah. They it doesn't come from another part of speech. Yeah. But teacher comes from the word teach verb. Yeah. And we add the ending yeah, to the word, it becomes teacher. Yeah, something like that. Can you spot, can you guess other instances or examples of the word that are not the results of the nominalization process? Yeah, can you separate them from the word that comes from the other parts of speech? So that is your uh, job to do after listening to this lecture or this session. And thank you very much for your kind attention. I hope it is understandable for you, crystal clear. But if you have any questions, please ask me via WhatsApp messages. Uh, I may be kind of slow response, but uh, I will try to respond to your question if you have any. Thank you very much, and see you in the next session.